Come on, that can't be right. Have you even had a proper butcher's at it? I've seen all you two, young girl. Oh, is it gonna be? Yeah, okay. Wait, we don't know? Oh, I'm sure I recognize her. Oh, yes, it's the young lady. From Mr. McGoodit's trial 2 months ago. Her name is Gina Lestrade. I don't even remember what voice she's a chancer. Unsuccessful among the large crowd, even people with that purses. Which family calls a pickpocket? Oh, hey, that's a nice coat you got there. Is it yours? It is now. Gordon Bennett, you lots! Gordon Bennett? Who the fuck is Gordon Bennett? Uh-oh, wait, how do you... Uh-oh, did you steal that again? Okay, there we go. Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been doing well. Wait? What, you remember me then, do ya? Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure. So, what are you doing in here? Down and out like the rest of us. Nothing to eat. Come to pop that black weasel. Sorry, coat, have you? What is it about this black uniform that makes everyone comment on it? Oh, good day, unless I'm much mistaken. You would be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher. Mr. Sholmes. So, you have something of value to pawn, do you? Allow me to the Octagon, and I shall negotiate with Mr. Winterbeck on your behalf. Well, the other one? I don't even know how from some stuck up thee. It's out of my business. Go on, I'll make trouble for ya. As you wish, Miss Lestrade. I would happily remove myself from your presence. He's really done it. He's gone. Okay. I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for negotiation here. What's that thing he has in his hand? Some kind of metal disc. Oh, is that like for the music player, maybe? It does. I do see like a... I'm not like next to my TV at the moment. I do think I see bumps. You, go on, leave me alone. Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest. Zazan can really stand her ground when she wants to. Whatever. Oh, hello. Okay, no, not what I wanted. Hello. Hello. What do you have a look at? That's strange. Where's my armband gone? Is she holding it somewhere? What's the problem? Something wrong? I don't suppose. You're looking for this. Yes, but how? When? How again? Well, I got to diving for haven't I? Diving. That's sporting on black magic. We're gonna have a lot of devil worship this game, aren't we? It makes what I was about to say about my armband seem a little dull. What do you have to tell me about it then? Nothing. Nothing. Somehow, I didn't really think you were the sort of person who used a pawnbroker, Miss Lestrade. Oh, yeah, well, I am, alright? I'm a Londoner, just like everyone else. That's a problem, is it? No, not at all. It's just that, well... Oh, I get it. I know what you're thinking. Well, that thing probably didn't even belong to her. Probably got it in the dive, didn't she? Ah, yeah, I can see it written all over your Chevy case. Well, I'm thinking something along those lines. I mean, yeah, I think I thought that before I even saw what it was. You're not going to die it, Mr. Narhoda. Alright then, I'm just going to come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people? Well, I don't know how to best answer that, really. I mean, you're not really, like... You're not really on the down low about, like, stealing shit, so... I suppose, sometimes. You're not gonna deny it either, Miss Lestrade. But not this time, alright? I swear, this thing belongs to me. But it is that Mr. Winterbeck is holding. Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all this. Okay. I remember, yeah, I can access him via this. Oh, she's been here before, of course. This little tatterdemalion. I see. You wrote some dubious article other with her every single time I might add. Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me. No. So is there something dubious about the disc she brought in today? Yeah. If only it were that simple. Sorry? What do you mean? What she actually brought in was a storage ticket. Ah, storage ticket. So, Miss Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article from you today. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. A girl like me has lots of stuff that needs storing. All right. Yeah, that's definitely dubious. The article in question would have been formatted at midnight tonight. But she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and the interest. I was obliged to return the article to her. Okay, what's the problem? But what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Winterbank. The little scamp is wearing it, ma'am. Oh, the coat. It's the overcoat that she redeemed. Oh. What's wrong with that? It fits, don't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does. So, what about the disc then? How does that come into all this? Oh, the disc is something else. A new article to pawn if the girl and I can agree to a price. Okay, so what was the point of the fucking, like, coat discussion? We were talking about the disc in the first... Okay. The disc. Clear my throat. Mr. Winterbank, what exactly is this metal disc that Miss Lestrade has brought in? It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface. I mean, I think it's something that works with one of those music machines, right? This is a music disc, you see. For use inside a music box. And a music box? What? You don't even know what a music box is? Just using latte too savvy, eh? I know what a music box is. I've just never seen one of these discs before. There's a more producer in the metal disc encoded tune to be played by the music box. Usually inside the disc and set the machine going, and beautiful music plays. It's so incredible. Tell us, what tune is on this disc? Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There's so many different types of music boxes to see. British made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for. Ah, I see. And that's it in a nutshell. I won't have any customers for an item like this. Even the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should at a penny. That's the pocket of lies. I told me he did. I said it was well. He? He told you what? He? Who? Never mind. It just ain't right. That's all. It's worth good money, and I know it is. And did you try something like actually worthwhile? Came here to sell this, and it was like worth nothing. Well then, you have to try your luck at another pawnbroker, won't you? Ah. Interesting. I'm confused. I thought you said that Miss Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today. That's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket, and the money owed on it, as you say. Or this heavy black coat, which you returned to her care, as I understood it. And I'm guessing she wants to be able to pawn the other thing because she wants to be able to have money from pawning something, but doesn't want to have to pawn the jacket again. That's right, yes. Rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets. Oh, you mean... What? Don't you think it's rude to stare at us, lady? Oh, I see. So it came from the pockets of the overcoat, did it? If you mean this disc, then yes, exactly, ma'am. And she immediately tried to pawn it. Yeah, that's suspect. That is definitely suspect. For quite a high price as well. This is all rather suspicious, I think. If I were to take a pitch in the dark on this. Shot in the dark. She stole the coat, pawned it really quickly in order to store it away. Came back later once things had calmed down. Looked through it, found the thing, like, okay, I can pawn my loot now. Or the coat does belong to her, and she hid something in it to be stored from police investigation. Like maybe the police were like chasing her, and then she came and it's like, you have this, and it's like, check her, and it's like, nope, don't have anything. What are you talking about? And she just stored in there. No, give it up. I'm just trying to pawn something off like anyone else would. Miss Lestrade, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place? Well, me. It doesn't really appear to be your size. The old man, it's the old man's, ain't it? Is it Miss Lestrade? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the coat is her, especially given her situation. Things not being her size doesn't seem like a big problem in terms of things not matching up. Yes, this is definitely all rather suspicious. We're also not the police, so... out of my way, please. Oh, what the fuck? Who's this? Picture postcard English gentleman. Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen. I have no idea. What's the problem, eh? There is no problem as long as you remove yourself. I have a matter to discuss with the proprietor. And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl. For the hiding you deserve. Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. You think you're such a giant, you should know what to wait in line. No, you are an impudent little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket. Huh? But who are you? I do know who I am. And the question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy to even remember the faces of your victims, it seems. Huh? What? You mean from you? Broker? Yes, sir? I believe this filthy pickpocket has just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes, The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once. Oh my. Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull? Give me back my overcoat, you washroom. And needless to say... Music box disc 2. Okay, that is way too specific. No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's my old man's. Or it was. Now it's mine. Goodness, Mr. Naruto. This is a very awkward situation. Yes, I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little bit more detail. Should we? What are we trying to achieve at this point? Okay. Postcard picture gentleman. Excuse me, but who are you? Which voice should I give this guy? I'm just doing like a very high, stuck-up voice, but I'm not really sure it fits that well the more he talks. One would expect to inquire. The inquirer to introduce himself first. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you. Oh, sorry. Yes, we're from the Empire of Japan. We are studying here. Oh yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place. Its inhabitants live on some fiery, brown-colored soup, dressed with exotic spices. You might be thinking of somewhere else. What was that theatrical gesticulation about? Perhaps. Anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first before inquiring of the name of another. Of course, yes. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, really. My name is Fusada Mikatoba. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's assistant. Let's see. My name is Benedict. Yes. Egert Benedict.
enchanter.
He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but his name is, suspicious, and it's definitely not his real name.
Now to the matter at hand. My overcoat. Return it at once to someone with the style to carry it off.
Every move he makes, every breath he takes, I can't stand watching him. Oh, that is a reference. Every move he makes, every breath he takes. I don't know. That was definitely the lyrics, and I suddenly just forgot them. Okay, her side of the story then. Miss Lestrade, is what the gentleman is saying... Oh, what do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear it's on my life. Never even laid eyes on the dandy before. It is weird that he knows as much as he does, though.
Let's hear it now, you ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? Don't think you brought in here just now.
No, I swear it. I swear to God.
It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the streets minding my own business. And this little gutterling ran into me. I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Those wretched pickpockets.
Yet again?
Oh yes, as you can see, I'm a man of impeccable style. This isn't the first time that I've been targeted by these black slum scoundrels. Now then, relinquish my overcoat.
Okay, so based on what she said before, she said that it should have value because someone said something about it. In terms of value. So she thought that it should have value, meaning that she's talked about to someone about the music disc before. So I do not, like, the coat and the disc might be stolen. I wouldn't really believe the coat as much. But I don't really believe the idea of the music, it just having been stolen, or she wasn't involved with leaving it here in the first place.
Come along now, Miss Lestrade. Give the good gentleman his coat back.
Shouldn't you have records of who left it?
If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police.
Hold on. Why is everyone thinking it's me? I mean, you are a self-proclaimed pickpocket that doesn't even try to hide it. Just look at this dandy coat. And you think I'm the dodgy one?
I'm sorry, but no one's going to believe you.
Well, what's about evidence? Yeah. Where's the evidence that I've stolen something, eh? Come on, let's see it. Yeah, she's definitely had this conversation before.
Oh, I have evidence, naturally.
You what? Uh-oh. Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman. Of course, we need to only consult Mr. Windibank's ledger to know the truth. She will be able to look at the name of the person who deposited the article here in the first place. And based on the story that he told in terms of what happened, that does imply that we have a situation where very much it should be a case of a pretty open shut case. Because his story is very specifically that she should not have been the one to have left it, right? Yes, brilliant. But at the same time, him knowing that information is extremely specific unless he was just standing outside listening to the conversation. Which he might have been.
I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh?
I never ask customers' names. That's a strict policy of mine.
But why not?
I don't know. As you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity.
Yes, I see. But then how do you know if an article belongs to a person asking to redeem it?
Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir. Might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question? Of course, it's... Professor. Yes, that's right. And all the evidence we need. The gentleman is the rightful owner of the article. Downtown.
A watchword. Interesting. Okay, how did she get it if she didn't know the watchword? Did she also know the watchword? So, about these watchwords, Mr. Windibank?
As I just explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why. Certain customers would like to keep their activities secret.
Oh, hello. Fuck, he really likes that, doesn't he? That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Sholmes now, was it? Great detectives have no dark secrets. None at all.
Yes, well, anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault. The date of deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course, then I give the storage tickets to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword.
Okay, that means she had to have given the watchword to get the item, right? And if that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article.
That's right, sir. Yes. Just as soon as the requisite fee is paid.
And I have supplied you with the information you require already.
But for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat deposited 2 months ago on the 15th of February. With the watchwords of Professor. All perfectly correct information, sir.
But how? Really, this is beyond a joke now.
There's no further room for doubt.
But didn't she Wait. Do you really want that overcoat? It does not look good on you. It does not match any of your style.
So let that be an end to the matter.
How did she get it in the first place? What, you didn't ask for the watchword before she physically took it?
And thank you for your custom, Mr. Igor Benedict, sir.
Fucking hell.
With such a reasonable rate of interest, I may even decide to come back.
Goodbye, hey, grown-ups. Just because I'm a dive, everyone thinks that makes me a liar. You just got your shit stolen? I mean, I honestly am closer to believing her.
I know the contents of the coat's pockets, if you please, broker. Oh, but of course, here's the disc for you. Just this one? Pardon, sir. I was expecting another, that is, I deposited another.
Another disc.
Oh dear. I regret to inform you, sir, that what was deposited with me was merely the overcoat. This happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now. So, Cuttling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, are you?
Says who, eh? I don't know nothing about it. Why do I feel like these are two, like, street rats? Like, why do I feel like these are two street rats specifically? You know, they do share eye color and hair color, I wonder. Why do I feel like these are two, like, street people, like street urchin, street rat, whatever? Like, they got information about something that was stored, and they were basically, given the information to work with, and she got to it first, and now he showed up, set up in a way that he could sort of, like, undermine her. I mean, she's not fighting it at this point. How did she get it in the first place, still?
Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Wait a minute, that disc. It's mine.
What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal.
Oh my, yes, there's blood on the disc. Because of all those sharp little bumps. The man must have scratched his finger on them. I found it first, alright? I mean, it belonged to me, old man. So you're not having it. Oh, you take it. Me? If I hang on to it, they'll have it off me again. So you give hold of it. Miss Lestrade, why is this just so important to her? Oh, into the court record. Okay, I mean, if you want to treat like something like a vault that nothing will ever get be stolen from, the court record seems like a pretty good place.
You were there in the back library. Hand that just to me at once, please.
No, don't. They're lying. Grown-ups are liars. What do I do now? I mean, my current speculation is that neither of them own it, and they're basically fighting over, like, they're like both street. I don't know. Okay, Pickpockets. They're both pickpockets. How am I going to resolve this? I mean, I could end the episode for now. I think I'm going to get some water. Hello. How you doing? Wow, Miss Lestrade is really looking daggers at the mysterious gentleman. Let me do something to calm things down before she loses control and attacks him again. Where did he even get cut? He's wearing gloves. Look at those piercing eyes. He's clearly in no mood to talk. I have to do something quickly before this mysterious gentleman leaves to fetch the police or something. Oh, no, that's not an option. Look at Mr. Windibank, watching diligently over his shop. There are still so many things I'm curious about. But somehow, I don't really feel like this is the right time to be browsing. Calming this frost situation must be our first priority. And I'm fairly certain we can find just the great thing we need among our articles here in the shop. Indeed. That's it, isn't it? Mr. Sholmes. What are you examining with such keen interest there? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see. Where do you get the caramel? Oh, he looks sad now. So, you found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to look in the shadows. Cruelly ostracized, as the rest of you partook in jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. So feigning my interest, I pretend to examine the tedious trinkets in the desolate place. Whilst, as you surely observed, gnawing on the only friend I have left, this 7% solution of caramel. Oh my goodness, does the word percent come from the, like, cent? Percent. Oh my goodness. Because it's like a cent is 100. Oh my fucking goodness. I've never even thought about what the word of percent meant, but oh my fucking goodness. This is blowing my mind. Right. Do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruhodo? But how could you? I was so lonely. So desperately lonely. Then why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know. Yes, I overheard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered. Oh my fucking goodness. He is like fucking on a roller coaster every single day, isn't he? You really were sad, weren't you? I think he's become very attached to us. I think he has. Poor Mr. Sholmes, I feel simply awful for you. It would seem that my inferences are correct. Oh? Surely you're not about to tell us that you solved the entire case once again? My dear madam, sometimes I wonder, will my genius for deduction to be commoditized? How much I could pawn it for? It seems Mr. Sholmes has had another of his flashes of inspiration. Who knows if it will help resolve the situation between Miss Lestrade and the mysterious gentleman. What's the right thing to do here? I mean, can it hurt? Can it hurt? The fact that it's a choice, though, that's weird. Maybe it's just like, do you want to get into this now? Because it's going to be a long, lengthy thing, like it typically is. Well, Miss Lestrade, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament. What places have you been, eh? Martin? My lady's in trouble. 2 gents supposed to be there to help. Straight away. Not an hour later. Harsh. And who, pray tell, are you? Mr. Egbert Benedict. You have, in my eyes, a veritably encyclopedia array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are 2 immovable conclusions I have drawn. Beg your pardon? The first is this. The true reason for your visit to this pawnbrokery today is something you have not yet revealed. And the second is this. Simple crime is in contemplation. One you will orchestrate with intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deduction? Oh, he's turned white as a hard-boiled egg. It would seem that once again, Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction. Okay, stop saying flawless. Never say flawless again.
Who do you think you are, sir?
Ah, yes, as I hoped. That is precisely the pained expression I was looking for. I really hope the original Hounds of Baskerville had a character named Egg Benedict. Egbert Benedict. So, shall we begin? The time has come for yet another Sherlock Sholmes. Logic and reasoning spectacular. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Yay! The game is afoot. Mystery Man's name. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. Yeah, I believe that. Oh, haha. As revealed by which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place? The staff recruitment flyer. Wait, what? Is that what that is? The piece of paper in your hand is a staff wanted advertisement from this very shop. Yes, even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need for such employ. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane which you unwittingly clutched to your person exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction.
What's utter royal? I've had this game for years.
AG. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing Baroon. The end of the walking cane would be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip. And yes, detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of the stick to be utterly bad. Therefore, there's only one conclusion. The rod you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all. What? Wait, is it actually not? You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Ah, yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. From the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle, mused I. Oh, but of course, as I said, there was no walking cane. No, that rod is the broken handle of a shovel. What? Are you insane? And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here was to take employment at this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises. It's a calculated crime you have conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime. Okay, what is he gonna find below? What is he gonna find down there, then? Yeah, I don't trust him. I definitely don't trust him. Great crime. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning.
This is utterly absurd.
You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel? What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose. Say, for such a fanciful theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say? Oh, but there is ample reason. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Oh, nope. Press the wrong button. Whoopsie daisy. Ah, your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let's consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answer is revealed by the council notice on the counter, to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. Or the gun. Or the gun. The letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And according to the engrossed plan of the upcoming sewage works, beneath the shop runs a sewer that adjoins another, one that runs under the bank, to the opposite side of the road. Oh, that is an interesting thought. This madness has entered the sewers now, has it? By excavating the ground beneath our feet, you will gain access to the waterway. It flows in very close proximity to the great vaults of financial institution opposite. What are you? In summary, sir, you devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of the underground tunnels. Master plan? Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. With what plunge did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault of the bank? Are you quite serious? Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. Naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. A postcard of the Great Exhibition. I'm afraid you've quite lost me. Currently in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway. And the government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Given that that's not underway yet, is that going to be like a major thing in the second game? I feel like it probably is going to be. Funds that currently sits in the vault of the bank. On the other side of this road. Pardon? Here's the considerable crime you have been contemplating. Is the theft of what sits in the vault of the bank. Special reserve funds for the Great Exhibition. Of course, that is top secret police information, so keep it under your hats, please. It just casually reveals top secret information. Okay, well that feels about right. This concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of the pawnbroking puzzle. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that that does not answer whose jacket that is. Mr. Sholmes. Oh, hey, look, everyone else is gone. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, an impressively upbeat deduction for a detective racked with loneliness, would you not say? Was it true what you said about the bank over the road and what it has in its vault? Oh, indeed. Though few know of its existence, it is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Gregson told me, in the most strictest of confidence. But you just announced it to everyone here. Rather loudly, in fact. And if it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it? Well, there can be but one explanation for that. Clearly is because the man is a criminal. Yeah, it's a very good explanation, definitely. But what if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he is a criminal, as you said, then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you've revealed his the secret. Oh. Or if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windibank will. There already has plenty of shovels here, after all. All my life, I assure you, I'm not so unscrupulous. Well, only this is taught you a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care. Don't tell me it, basically. One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them. And once the word is out, it's out. Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Sholmes. An excellent idea, Mr. Naruhodo. An excellent idea. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, you know what to do, I'm sure. Yes, let's listen to that great deduction again, and see if we can massage it into shape. Oh yeah? No, these are fun still. Very well then, let's start once more from the beginning. Of Herlock Sholmes' magnificent logic and reasoning spectacular. hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Okay, the first thing that stands out is that the AG on it. So, I mean, by nature of this guy, I'm pretty sure that what's going on with him is almost definitely that, like, all his finery he has on him is just shit he stole, right? He's a pickpocket much the same. They both came across similar information. She got the actual ticket to pick up the thing first. And he's like a pickpocket that goes around dressed up all fancily, so people would assume he's not a pickpocket, right? It's his cover. That is my guess as to what's happening here. So, by Mr. Sholmes' reasoning, Mr. Benning came here in order to apply for a job so he could dig down through the floor. Yes, an attempt to tunnel into the sewers to gain access to the money in the vault in the bank across the road. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he? No, I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. The question is, where? What did bring Mr. Benedict here at this particular point in time? I mean, that's a proper English gentleman's cane, isn't it? Looking at the beautifully... Oh, you know what? Never mind. Yes, but Mr. Jones, because it was a later stage where the AG was being pointed out. It was the bottom tip of it that was the thing that was out of sorts. Perhaps it's the latest London fashion. I mean, it's just guesswork, of course. Perhaps you could adopt a cane, Mr. Naruhodo. Might rather suit you. I have a feeling it might argue with the sword around my waist. In terms of... Is there stuff in the background I can select? Stylish hat. Oh, could we take off the hat? That is a really big hat. That silk top hat is whiter than white. Only an English gentleman could hope to carry off something so bright. But it looks so incongruous with the black overcoat, don't you think? Perhaps it's the latest London fashion. I mean, it's just guesswork. How about it, Miss Naruhodo? Do you think you'd, I think you'd look very fetching in a white top hat. Well, you know, I think it might look rather incongruous with my black university uniform. So, yeah. Staff recruitment flyer. Something else I'm missing to actually look at? That certainly is a flyer for Mr. Winnebake's shop. It is interesting that he's looking for help, though. Let's see. Winnebank wants you. Pawnbroker's assistant required. It's an eye-catching advertisement, that's for sure. I've seen the same flyer up here inside the shop, I think. Perhaps Mr. Winnebank is always in need of more staff. So, Mr. Benedict came here to apply for a job? That's just too hard to believe. No, based on his actions, for sure. Oh, there it is. Oh, I see. Look at all the scribbled notes on the back of the flyer here. Oh, I don't believe it. What is it? Listen to what it says. Name, Gina Lestrade, height, 5'2", green cap, scruffy waistcoat, scruffy white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. It's a detailed description of Miss Lestrade. Goodness, there's even a sketch of her and all. It's a really beautiful sketch, I will add. Although, if he showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face for sure. And look, the details of the shop have been written down here too. Winnebake's Pawnbrokery, Baker Street, redemption deadline, 15th April. Which is today's date. How would Mr. Benedict have all this information scrawled on the back of a piece of paper? Does add up with my theory, at least.
That!
Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place was the info about Miss Lestrade. Oh, quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing and sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertain to the pickpocket Miss Lestrade and to Mr. Winterbank's pawnbrokery here. You originally told us that you had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you. Well, that's, is a thinly veiled lie. Is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today. By which I mean, here, to Winnebank's pawnbrokery, and today, the redemption deadline of the overcoat. So, you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you have written down to arrive. And you have gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there's some ulterior motive for your actions. cane, which you unwittingly clutch to in your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction.
What utter rot? I've had this game for years.
There it is. Contradiction of which I speak is, of course... Yeah, no. They really show that one clearly. That's a fair rule. Is the metal cap commonly found at the end of the cane, Mr. Naruhodo? Ah, the bit that makes a nice clacking sound on the pavement. Yes, exactly. Mr. Sholmes is right. It appears to be missing on this cane. But it doesn't actually look broken, does it? No, it doesn't. Though the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Sholmes identified the cane as suspicious. In other words, there's some secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict would rather we did not know. Yep. I guess we should always, like, actually look at it first. There's always the chance it'll change some detail. There are letters on the handle. Ah, yes, those must be initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letters of their names. So, Herlock Sholmes would be HS, you mean? That's right. And the initials on this cane, obviously. Oh. AG. Why does it feel as though it's not quite right? Yep. Okay. Nothing new, but still.
Take that!
The contradiction of which I speak of is, of course, the initialing. Oh, a most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Egbert Benedict? We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are E.B. Yet, in the most possessive manner, you have in your grasp a cane bearing the initials A.G. An incontrovertible contradiction indeed, would you not agree?
No, you're wrong.
This cane isn't... You said before that you had that cane for years.
Ugh.
So don't try to tell us that you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park.
In short,
Though you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. Or he stole it? Wait, did I hear ripping sounds?
you require, sir,
Is something wrong?
well,
And in your recording, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle by which you evidently would like to conceal is the key to understanding the riddle, you see. Let's consider the bare bones of what's happened here. Mr. Schrade redeemed that fine-looking overcoat. And now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name, and claiming that the overcoat belongs to him. But we know that he actually identified Mr. Schrade from a written description. So he could still be an English gentleman. So I could be wrong about him just being like an older pickpocket. That just happens to be like decking himself out in stuff to make himself not look like a pickpocket. Which suggests that everything else he's told us is untrue. So what we need to do here... Oh, and if he's decking himself out in that way, I assume a lot of stuff he has would be stolen, hence why I thought the initials were different. So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him. Did he just rip it? I heard a ripping sound. Oh no, yeah, fuck. Oh, the seam on the shoulder is coming apart. Look! So it is. Do you know, a moment ago when Mr. Benedict was surprised by something that was said, I thought I heard him make a rather strange noise. Sounded a bit like a tiny growl. I think it was probably the sound of the seam ripping open. If you look closely, it does seem to be a very tight fit. Sleeves are stretched to bursting. And he wouldn't have a hope of fastening it at the front. If he were to run around in it, I'm sure the whole thing would fall apart. Well, that I'd like to see. Sorry? Wait, no, I mean, if it actually is Gina's, then we should probably get it to her. So how can we make Mr. Benedict run around? She's really giving this some thought.
Take that!
The split seam, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit. Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart.
Ah, my suspicions were aroused from the outset.
When you so boldly lied about your name, so boldly waylaid this pickpocket. Ugh. This catalog of untruths has been, for one very specific purpose. To steal the article the young girl redeemed from Mr. Winterbank. Yeah, I mean, yeah. What really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed. Yeah. It is a significantly lesser crime. Probably. I wonder if the coat would be useful in getting into the reserve fund. We must expose the elaborate crime. This is utterly absurd, and it's especially absurd now. Suggest that I, a gentleman, designed to fulfill some tawdry article of appanage. Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner, utilizing the watchword? Had I not been the one to deposit it in the first place? How could I possibly have known the relevant details? It says to the past, I have no idea what that is. Oh, but the watchword can be discovered. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benning. Oh, from the... in your furtive glance, it's telling me more than I could have hoped. What? Let's consider how one might come to learn a secret watchword relating to the property, pawn property of another. Obviously, it is still the gun. The method reviewed by the council notice on the counter, which I saw you still say. Okay. The direction of the deduction must change rather dramatically now, I think. Yeah, no more talk of tunneling to the sewers. Which is a pity, because it all sounded rather exciting. Anyway, you can't deny that this mysterious gentleman did know the watchword. Yes, Professor. If you didn't know that word, Mr. Winterbank would never allow you to redeem the article. Or, looking at another way, if you did know that word, Mr. Winterbank would allow you to redeem the article whether it was yours or not. So the question is, would this gentleman have found the watchword out somehow? Yeah. Yeah, so we have a revolver. I just want to look at that. This is Mr. Winterbank's gun. Yes, loaded with only one bullet, he said. It would appear that being a pawnbroker is a very life-or-death profession. And that might just be this particular establishment. Okay, that's the end of that discussion. So, would it be the notelet? Okay, so he doesn't just have the watchwords out in that big book there. Well, I mean, presumably he brought it out when he was undoing the thing before, right? Look at this, Mrs. Otto. Ah, it appears to be a memo that Mr. Winterbank has scribbled to himself. Let's see. What does it say? Oh, Professor. Yep. I figured he just had it out and he read it. Mr. Winterbank must take note of the watchwords his customers give him right before their eyes. And an alarmingly clear script as well. Oh dear, I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see? Yep.
Take that!
The method is revealed by the notelet on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. Ah, yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks the customer for a watchword and notes down the response uttered on a notelet he has on hand. Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question. I would expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker, but his diligence clearly has its disadvantages. What are you talking about? It is increasingly apparent that you were present in the shop before your accusation against Miss Lestrade. In all likelihood, you followed her inside and then observed her talking to Mr. Winterbank. When the diligent broker made note of the watchword, as is his common practice, you observed him writing the word professor on the notelet beside the ledger.
That, sir, was the master plan you devised. Seal the pond article from the young Miss Lestrade. Master plan? Which brings us to the last and the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker? Are you quite serious? For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less with its music box disc. But naturally, you had a very good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. The articles we're talking about are the overcoat and the music box disc that was in one of the pockets, which according to Mr. Windenbeg isn't even worth a penny. Just by the nature of him not knowing who to sell, what he could sell it for. And yet this man went to sell, it's like selling a fucking Betamax, I guess, right? Or an HD DVD. Both very defunct. They lost their war of new formats. And yet this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why? I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence we need to explain it, Mr. Naruhodo. Could we? Really? We better have a thorough look at all the evidence we've collected so far. I mean, obviously the armband. I guess I actually haven't examined it. For fuck's sake. For McGilded. Oh my goodness, okay. Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck on the reverse side of the disc. Look. And a scribbled word or two. It looks like somebody's name. Oh no. For McGilded. McGilded? It couldn't be. But it is, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, the he was McGilded at the time. Okay, so this is basically what happened. Almost definitely this was basically the money, the payment that was meant to be given to Miss Lestrade as part of her helping, I assume. Because 2 weeks ago, right? That would have been probably before that, right? A name I should never forget as long as I live. Maybe. But why? Why is his name on this? Okay. That's our answer.
Take that!
You see, this music box tells us all we need to know. What's that? On the back? It reads, for McGilded. Mr. Magnus McGilded, the unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. 2 months ago? Okay, never... Actually, 2 months is the time frame, isn't it? And I bet it would fit him, too. Like, he's not that much taller, but he has wider shoulders than Gina. A prominent man in London, though his loan-mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. So, you're an associate of his, are you? Or perhaps a subordinate? Mr. McGilded was a man of unusually small stature, in fact. He was precisely the right size for that overcoat that you squeeze yourself into. Your true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Egbert Benedict. But the final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason came to the small burglary today. You were told there should have been 2. Interesting. Was to retrieve an article left behind by the late Magnus McGilded. Interesting. Which means both of them might have just been told this is a payment for something that we're doing. But she's the one who actually had the key to get it, right? Well, well, Mr. Magnus McGilded, not a name I expected to hear in these circumstances. Is he gonna run? I feel like he's gonna run. I sort of want to get the jacket back, though. I don't even think that, because she was going after the music disc. I don't think she cares about the jacket. Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind.
Right down, Mr. Zotto. Well, according to what Mr. Winnebeck told us earlier, today was the final day on which the coat could have been redeemed, was it not?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Today would be precisely 2 months since it was first deposited.
Well, today is the 15th of April, so 2 months ago today.
Would have been the 15th of February, sir. That's right. It's all carefully recorded in my ledger. Deposited at 10:30 p.m., I see.
What? But that suggests... Yeah, it's 15th of February. It's precisely the day in which the omnibus murder took place. Like the original murder? How late in the day? I don't remember how late in the day that was. Okay, suddenly the very interesting case from before is becoming extremely relevant. Okay, this is great. It's 10:30 in the evening. And 10:30 in the evening is precisely the time which the terrible events were unfolding. That's a hell of an alibi.
Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter's entirely beyond coincidence. You are, of course, at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose. However...
Uh-oh.
I must insist you hand over the music box disc now. It would be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box.
What do I do now? Absolutely not. I should save, though. I wish in life you could make a life or death decision based and save beforehand. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be fantastic? Wouldn't it? I wish. I only wish. Absolutely not. There are some things a man must protect at all costs, especially music box disc. More importantly, the path to the truth. It's maybe, well, one of those things. And then again, it also may not be. Hold it! Mr. Winnebank.
This is my shop. I can't allow any harm to come to my customers. If that would happen, I should have to take my own life.
Okay, Mr. Winnebank, no, that's even worse. Alright, that's enough. Oh, there you are. Inspector Gregson!
Inspector?
Oh, have you met before?
That's right, Sunshine. I was raised in one of our dedicated emergency lines. So we got here as fast as we could. Now, what's this all about, eh? Oh, praise be, you're here at last. I was moments away from forfeiting my own life in my very own establishment. It would seem you have the upper hand.
Okay, you just threatened our life, so you should probably be arrested.
Right, you got some explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-boggy.
A petty? Mr. Winnebank very nearly met his end. What about me? He was pointing the gun at me.
Yeah, by his own gun as far as I can tell. Oh dear. And the whole of Britain could meet with its end. If I don't get to the bottom of this case I'm supposed to be working on.
What? What on earth is the case, Inspector?
Bad no detail, Gregson.
Oh my goodness, these two are in the same room.
I might have said it too much there. No matter, it's nothing to do with your lot. Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station. But of course, Inspector.
He's getting away! Get after him, lads! Whistle the beat officer too! Sir!
Oh, shit. Okay, that's great.
Good job, police. What a fantastic job of fucking apprehending the clearly super suspicious guy.
There's been a spate of thefts at pawn shops around here recently. So we fitted emergency buttons underneath the counters for brokers to let us know when there's trouble. Oh, Inspector, I was very worried there for a while. Very worried indeed. Now then, Mr. Permanently in mourning.
Oh, yes?
I'll be taking whatever it is McGilded's down of McGilded's down to the yard, thank you very much. Hand it over.
Oh, yes, of course. No, don't give it to him. It's mine, that is. Mine.
I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGilded has to be taken in as evidence now.
As evidence?
If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate.
I mean, technically, they might need a warrant, but, you know, laws. It's all yours, Inspector. I'm sorry, Kina. You seem like a nice pickpocket-level niceness of a girl, but... And so we handed Mr. McGilded's desk over to Inspector Gregson. And we're summarily turfed out of the shop and onto the street. Okay. I was feeling like we had to be reaching an endpoint. Okay, that's very interesting. So I assume whatever we're going to end up working on is going to be the case that he's working on specifically. Okay. I'll leave it there for now, and I'll get right back into it next time. Next time I record. So, I'll see you then. Drive safely, everyone.